Hey everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood super Negro, Anthony Sterling right here, bringing you another movie review. So I'm going to call this one Movie Review 2 Electric Boogaloo. Some turbo and ozone shit. Today I decided to review The Five Bloods, the 2020 Spike Lee joint starring Mr. Delroy Lindo, Clark Peters, Norm Lewis, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., Jonathan Majors, and a small but awesome appearance by one Mr. Chadwick Boseman. The movie centers around four Vietnam vets, basically the Bloods, who travel back to Vietnam in order to procure the body of their fallen brother, Blood, played by Chadwick Boseman, and also to procure some golden treasure that they found while in Vietnam. This movie is Spike Lee at his most Spike Lee-esque, if I could say it like that. And why do I do the Donald Trump hands? I have no idea. Bad. You're black. You should know better. It does everything a Spike Lee movie should do. And if you have a Spike Lee checklist, like I usually have, covers it all, right? Well, the main three. Social commentary, check. Beautiful cinematography, check. That weird camera shot or dolly shot where they're supposed to be walking but they're floating in air, check. So it's a perfect Spike Lee movie, right? It is. Delroy Lindo as Paul. That brother, give him his trophies. Give him his flowers. Give him his awards. You give him every bit of damn well respect he deserved, because that man played that role to perfection, okay? Paul reminds me of, and I'm just going to slide off just a sec because I have to talk about my dad on this one. My dad was supposed to go to Vietnam, but thank goodness, he was a sole surviving son, so they didn't let him go. But he used to tell me these stories about cats while he was stationed in Texas, and dudes who were coming back from Vietnam that he knew, they were coming back, and he said they weren't the same. They were broken. At that time, some folks said they were just broken and just threw them on the wayside. And Paul reminds me of those guys he told me about in the tales he used to tell me about, them guys coming back, froed out, just three sheets to the wind, just not caring anymore, almost soulless husk in some ways. And now we call it PTSD. Back then, like you said, they just came back broken, and it was what it was. But the way he played Paul, suffering from PTSD, suffering from being crapped on, suffering from just being black. Paul fought for the dream. He fought for the promise. He fought for the belief. And it never came to him. Okay? And they show it very harshly with his interactions with his son, David, played by Jonathan Majors. Isaiah Whitlock Jr., come on, y'all. You can't deny this guy. Everything he's in, you're either going to laugh, you're going to love him, or you're going to hate him. And in this one, I loved him. He was just awesome. He was awesome in it. Norm Lewis, although some say his character wasn't fleshed out all the way, I thought he did a wonderful job as Eddie. He was the blood that actually made it. He kind of rose above the muck and the mire of coming out of Vietnam and getting into all the trappings. A lot of cats became drug addicts and, just forgotten, but he found a way to get through. I have to give it to Spike Lee. He definitely showed what war can do to a human being, and especially with Paul's character, but also with the other Bloods. Otis went through some things, while in Vietnam, but having these revelations that comes to him. Spike gave us a little bit of the Vietnamese perspective. One of the characters in there, Tien, I really, when she's telling her story to Otis, who's played by Clark Peters, I'm just sitting there going, damn, Like it hits, like it hits hard, and every character, you just kind of, you want to give them a hug, but you also want to be mad with them. You want to lash out with the things they've gone through. Let's talk about the script. I personally think the script was good. Okay, Spike had a little hand in it, but the guys who wrote the script, I thought they did a pretty good job. I really do. I think they really gave the characters some life. I think they really developed them well. I've had people tell me, well, Eddie wasn't developed. Eddie wasn't really developed well. And there were parts where they were just telegraphing what's going to happen next. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. I feel you on that. But I thought I understood who Eddie was. I really understood Eddie. So if I can understand Eddie, character development is fine. The cinematography. Oh my goodness. If it's one thing Spike Lee does amazingly well, is to find the right director of photography. Okay? This cinematographer here, Newton Thomas Segal, I think, or Segal, or Siegel. I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. Newton Thomas Segal. He really captured the scenery. Nothing was wasted. Like, the negative space looked amazing. Like, nothing was fat. It was lean, but it was beautiful. Vietnam is a beautiful place, and if they didn't shoot all of it in Vietnam, damn, still beautifully shot. Colors were lush. There was parts in the movie with Eddie. Eddie, he loves taking pictures, walking around with a camera and everything. And there are moments when it pauses just to show you what he shot, and the composition of the shot is just beautiful, and it's black and white. So even though it's devoid of color, it's just so breathtakingly beautiful that there were times I actually paused the movie just to look at that shot. Yeah, that's how bad I am with this. Like, I love, hey, you do it too if you like to look at beautiful things. Chadwick Boseman is in the movie. He's not in there very long, but for the time he's in it, he is chewing up the scene, okay? Because he's Chadwick Boseman. Great actor, right? I wish they'd have had a little bit more of a Norman, but what they gave, thumbs up. But there was also another character in there, another piece that made this movie amazing for me, and that was the soundtrack. Okay, Terrence Blanchard, who is a jazz music, he's a jazz genius. Okay, I know we shouldn't be throwing genius around all the time, but Terrence Blanchard, the man is a beast. And he's also a Spike Lee mainstay. He did music for Mo Better Blues and I think Malcolm X and so on and so forth. His score is just beautiful. Like, the music on there is beautiful. But also the late great Marvin Gaye. The use of the What's Going On album. That is an album for any Vietnam movie. I don't care if it's centered around black soldiers, white soldiers, Vietnamese, whatever. That album has to be used in that movie. If it's not a good Vietnam movie. It's not a good war movie. Get it out my face. It's not telling me jack. I don't even want to watch it. I just recommend this movie wholeheartedly. Wholeheartedly. I there's just nothing to me that's really wrong with it. I don't find any problems with what he did and how he did it. I'm like I said, Delroy Lindo is the price of admission. Don't believe me? Watch the movie. And then comment below. Put it in the comments. You can tell me, hey, Anthony, I enjoyed the movie. You were right. The movie is awesome. Or, Anthony, I hate your guts. You're wrong. How dare you make me waste 2.5 hours of my life that I can't get back? And that's when I'll look at you. Well, I can't really look at you because you're on the computer, but then I'll probably say something petty to you and make you feel bad. No, I will not. I will take everybody's comments with love and tenderness, even though you might be throwing stones and bricks at me. I'm okay with that. So yeah, that's it. That's my review of The Five Bloods. Amazing film. It's on Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. I'm plugging you. Where's the check, cuz? Where the check? I know I'm not getting a check from Netflix, but I don't care because I love that movie and I want you to watch it. And I want you to hopefully have the same feelings I have. And if you don't have the same feelings, let me know. Let me know. But I want you to see this movie. I want you to see it for yourself. Cool? Cool? All right. Well, that's it. That's all. So, in parting, love y'all like play cousins, and make sure, please, wash your hands, wash your feet, and wash your ass. I'm out.